Now, as I mentioned, your desktop or laptop that you're working from has to have the appropriate USB driver to be able to debug applications running on your device. And the thing is that the specific USB driver that you need depends on your device. Now, there are a family of devices known as the Android developer phones, and these are phones that Google basically endorses as being useful for developers. Those phones use the Google USB driver. Now, some of the very popular versions of that are the Nexus 1 and the Nexus S. And what happens is that you get to the Google USB driver by going out to the SDK manager. Right? You can get to that right from your Eclipse toolbar. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment so you can see exactly what that looks like. As we go through the SDK manager in this part of our talk, we're just going to touch on it briefly. A little later in this course, we're going to talk a whole bunch about the SDK manager because it is a very important tool. Now, one of the things that's a little strange is that the Galaxy Nexus, that's from Samsung, that is an Android developer phone, but it does not use the Google USB driver. You have to go out to the Samsung driver site to download that. And I give you the URL there on the screen on where you'll find the download for that. Now, if you're not using one of the Android developer phones, which basically means pretty much any other phone except the ones I've mentioned here, then you need to go and get that particular phone's drivers from its manufacturer. Now, Google does a good job of giving you a single page with links to the overwhelming majority of phone manufacturers' driver sites. I've got the URL on the screen now for you. So you just go out there, you find the manufacturer of your device, you click on the link from the Google page, and it'll take you to where you can download that driver. Now, the key thing is that this really is just a USB driver. So the installation process for it is pretty straightforward. Now, again, Google's done a good job at giving you a step-by-step page, depending on your operating system version, on how to do the setup. But if you've installed USB drivers before, it's really the same old thing. I give you the link to their step-by-step page because I do encourage you to take a quick look at it. We're not going to go through it here because it really is just a USB driver install.